Never thought that I'd be saying these words, but welcome to the Knesset. We were standing outside and the guards mentioned to me that they're in total shock. They said, well, there's an event at 11 o'clock at the Knesset. At 10:59, there is a scene outside, a balagan, which they prepare themselves for, how to deal with people waiting online and frustrated. Thank you so much to all of you for coming on time, in an orderly way, and we're able to actually start exactly when we wanted to start. It's truly an honor to be standing here, and I'm actually in the process of writing a column for the Jerusalem Post about the fact that, from my perspective, the word God is not mentioned enough in the government in Israel. I had the honor of being with Rabbi Amsalem in Washington for the National Prayer Breakfast, and you weren't allowed to finish a sentence there without talking about God. And this is something which I hope changes within Israeli culture and Israeli government. And therefore, I think it's appropriate to begin this morning by thanking God. Just to think for a moment about where we are. After 2,000 years, all of us from different backgrounds coming back to Israel and sitting comfortably in the seat of government of the Jewish people, there can be no more appropriate time to thank God. I also want to give a very big thank you to Knesset Rabbi Amsalem's Ozer, Shlomi Peretz, who I've been in touch with on almost a minute-by-minute basis over the last few days and really organized everything so it could run so smoothly this morning. So thank you, Shlomi Tedarba, for all of your help. For those of you who are not familiar, the Am Shalem movement is a very special movement which is bringing issues to the fore in Israel which unfortunately no one else is really talking about. The idea of the unity of the Jewish people being paramount and our number one weapon to deal with all of our challenges. The issues of Jewish identity, people from Charedim through secular just trying to find themselves and figure out what it means to be a Jew and how they can express themselves as Jewish people. These are the issues that one leader in Israel has stood up and made a priority. And a year and a half ago, I came across an interview in the Jerusalem Post with Rabbi Knesset Amsalem, and to be honest with you, I prepared myself to be upset. It said in the headline, a member of Knesset from Shas, and I prepared myself to be upset about the issues that would be raised. And point after point after point, I became exposed to someone who has certainly become my hero and my role model. At the end of the event today, you'll be given a booklet which talks about all of his ideologies, but just the idea of creating a moderate and embracing Judaism and a state of Israel which stands and runs on core Jewish values, coming from a member of Knesset who's a rabbi and a scholar from the Haredi world, is something which is certainly unique and something which the country desperately needs. We decided to make this event around Yom Yerushalayim because Yerushalayim itself is so much, as you'll hear throughout this morning, symbolizes and captures the idea of the unity of the Jewish people and the identity of the Jewish people, and therefore we can think of no more perfect situation than to celebrate Yom Yerushalayim and combine that together with Am Shalem. Rabbi Amsalem moved to Israel when he was 11 years old from Algeria. He received smicha, the rabbinic ordination, from Rav Yosef. He served as a rabbi in many yeshuvim throughout Israel, and then moved on to be the rabbi in Geneva in Switzerland, and returned to Israel, was elected to the Knesset as part of the Shas list in 2006, and began working on the core values that he believes in. The combination of Torah and Parnassah, that people can be outstanding Torah scholars and also be educated and earn a dignified living. The idea, the notion that we have to solve the conversion crisis that we have in Israel, and he's written an incredible work called Zera Yisrael, outlining halachically why we must address the issue of the conversions of hundreds of thousands of immigrants from the former Soviet Union. And the idea of sharing in the national responsibilities that everyone must be serving and be part of Am Yisrael, and we should work together to make this country great. It's really an honor for me to be able to introduce, to share some words with us in Hebrew. Everyone, you can do this. Rabbi Knesset Rabbi Haim Amsalem.